So that pretty much sums up what I wanted to discuss about the main series. After that, we had the video games, which
Well, hold
obviously,
on, hold on. The main series has never had an official DVD release either because of the music video situation. So all you have are the Mike Judge collection, the 3 volumes, and then volume 4, which was the reboot, uh, or the 2011 season.
Mhm.
Um, but you can get a bootleg version called the King Turd collection, which has every episode, as well as the music videos. And
You said that's a bootleg, right?
it's a bootleg. It's not official, but like it's available
Mhm.
anywhere. If you just Google it, you're sure you'll find it. Um, what's it called? uh,
So
yeah, they I there is a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen a lot of like articles about it that their Paramount Plus is going to be streaming every episode with the music videos, but I will
mhm.
believe that when I see it because that's a lot of
It's a
rights.
lot to clear. Yeah.
That yeah, that's a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah, dude, MTV, Beavis and Butthead really did set up a lot of my favorite bands. Not only that, we would not have Rob Zombie today if not for Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Apparently, when White Zombie's mainstream debut, La Sexorcisto Devil Music Volume 1, which my dad had and I listened to all the time in his car. But when that came out, it had been out for like 6 months and hadn't really done anything. So like it looked like they were just going like, all right, well, I guess we'll just tour and try again in a little bit. And then Beavis and Butthead played the song Thunder Kiss 65 and Black Sunshine. And they started getting, they only got popular because of Beavis and Butthead. And
Mm.
apparently at that time, there was rumors that some music executives tried to bribe MTV to be like, can you not only get Beavis and Butthead to watch this, but say that it's cool?
Yeah, I figured they would try to do something like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, payola.
I wonder if any of them. I doubt any of them. They actually did that.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe.
So
Maybe. No.
going back to the home releases, so yeah, it's hard to get the full thing. But however, at the time, because this is obviously pre DVDs, when the
You
VHS
could
era,
also download every episode too. I just mean if you want a physical copy,
that too.
you could just
If
go.
you want to watch the original Beavis and Butthead and aren't a lazy bitch about it, you can pull it off. Dude, I like the cool thing they're doing now, where some people on YouTube, they're just uploading entire programming blocks from like commercials and all. Like, I found a VHS I recorded in 1986. Here it is for you guys, and it's
What?
like
That's what I've been doing. That's mainly what my TikTok is. I have a shitload of VHS tapes that I've just been digitally transferring, and I every time I find something cool, I'm like, oh, I take that part of the video out and put it somewhere.
you
I've
should
also
start loading them in their entirety onto YouTube. You'll get tons of views. People love
I
that shit.
did that for I do have what's funny is I do have the day that the real Ghostbusters premiered. I have the entire Saturday morning block that day, commercials included on a tape. It's insane. Uh like the commercials that were on during that time and how short those shows actually are. How much are commercials and how much are just the shows?
God. But I was going to say, so because we didn't really have that capacity back then, we didn't have DVD, the notion of only like shows like Star Trek got like the full season VHS release. But the cool thing he had is you would get these little neat VHS tapes that only had like 3 or 4 episodes on them.
Dude, I have an entire box full of Star Trek: The Next Generation VHS tapes.
Exactly.
Anyone wants them, hit me up because I've been and they're all sealed. They are sealed too.
Dude, you could sell those to some fucking nerd.
I'm sure I could. It's just finding the right person and like I'll let it go for
Aw.
cheap, guys. I just don't want to. It's
It's
just
not
take
about it's not about the money for you. You want to be more like a nostalgia matchmaker.
kind of, but also like I have the Blu-rays and all, and I don't necessarily need an entire box full of Star Trek VHS tapes. Not It's not like I'm the biggest Star Trek fan. I like it, but I'm not like, that was given to me. So like anything,
Uh,
it wasn't like that was mine from when I was a kid.
yeah.
So it was like, I can't get rid of these. It was Phil. Phil's like, I
Ah,
have this whole box of tapes. You want them? I was like, sure.
it's funny, man. Between me, you, Phil, and Tommy, we were we were running a pretty tight set there, and the fact that it was like 3 hardcore collectors and me. Like I like old shit. I don't like. I don't want to dismiss it. I don't want to say hoard, but like, yeah, I was never a collector like that. The minute I got a fucking iPod, I just sold all my CDs.
Yeah, the CDs are the one I somehow still have them, but I didn't really take care of them. Whereas like Mo took care of her CDs and actually has a lot of. That's Mo is my wife.
Dude,
She has the most. They're all in great condition. Mine are all cracked and like I think.
People who did not care for their CDs used to be my biggest pet peeve. My little brothers had no respect for CDs. You'd go in their room and there'd just be a fucking pile and a pizza crust on one of them. And then you wonder, and you come crying to me because your Resident Evil 2 don't work, Lucas.
Video games. Well, no, I would put the video games back in their cases. It was CDs I would have in a CD booklet. Like it was the cases that I would just be like, all right, those I'll throw somewhere. I don't need the cases. I have the CD in the CD book. And then, and now I'm like, I wish I kept all the cases in really good condition, but whatever.
Well, hey, speaking of video games, Beavis and Butthead had a game as well. The most baffling thing in the world, they had a video game on Genesis, as you're holding up. They had a video game on Genesis and a video game on Super Nintendo, and they're entirely different fucking games.
Yeah, I never played the Super Nintendo one. I had a Genesis as a kid. I had a NES.
I was a Genesis.
All my other friends had SNES. So like I never got to play the Super Nintendo version of this game, but I've heard that the Sega one is better.
I think the overall,
well, the general consensus seems to be that this Genesis one is better.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard that the general consensus is that. By the way, go check out the Angry Video Game Nerds episode on this. But the Super Nintendo game is a bit more playable, but not as fun. But like, yeah, Genesis, like if you die, so like you die some places and you restart at the beginning of the game, losing all your health.
That's what these codes are for. Yep. Going back to the beginning of this episode, in that book covered in Blink-182, Green Day.
Yeah, that's right, kids. But before you could save your spot, before even memory cards, they would a lot of video games would just release these. Good Charlotte, nice. Yeah. Just these random generated passwords of gibberish so you could figure out where you were. Joseph, you told me years and years ago that you heard a conspiracy theory that Good Charlotte started out as a boy band and you had seen the photos to back it up. I have never found evidence of that.
No. I didn't see the photos. Someone I worked with at Borders Books claimed that she worked at a record store, Tower Records or someplace like that, and that Good Charlotte had a boy band album before their pop punk album. However, I don't think that is true.
I thought that was true for a little bit, and I could never find, because that would be so fucking neat.
It would have been funny if they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna go this direction with you guys," and then they came up with this, which is I'm holding up a picture of them because they're on the back of this collage book.
They look boy bandish. They very much had the. God, it is funny.
It seems like it would be true, right? It seems like it's a lie that seems true, I guess.
Joel's the cute one. Benji's the bad boy. Billy's the skinny goth kid. Paul is the chubby bassist. And then there's the rotating list of drummers. But the original drummer was kind of jockey. So
I think that's him. Didn't he go
Aaron?
Wasn't he in the band Wakefield?
I think so, yes.
Remember that band? I can't even name the song, but I remember that band.
Which I don't know why. I mean, I understand Good Charlotte is not the coolest band, but they were way more successful than Wakefield was. Aaron, you could be married to fucking Nikki Hilton right now if you just stuck in.
Nah, it's fine. Who also knows, like, that maybe everybody in that band was insufferable? Like, who knows? You don't know. I don't know. I like them.
The few times I met them, they were really cool. They were really big. They blew up locally on
Y100. You actually met them?
Yeah, a few times.
I never met them before.
They were just meet and greets, but like, yeah, I had the weird opportunity of, they might have been the only band I ever really caught on their ascent from like local regional act to suddenly like they're huge.
What's it called? I did meet Newfound Glory. I met Ian from Newfound Glory.
Oh, the little fat one.
Back in the day.
The little hobbit looking.
He was like, okay. I don't know. He just seemed like annoyed that I was talking to him for like a second, which is odd. This was at a show. And then I met them again. And this is what was funny to me. When I met them the second time, I said, nice to meet you to everybody. But then when Ian was like, nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, we actually met before. And I was just going to tell him like when I met him. And he literally went, I don't remember.
Oh, God.
And Cyrus, the drummer, was like, he meets a lot of people. Like, I wasn't offended, but it was like you could tell, like, Cyrus was like, holy shit, dude, why'd you just say that? Like, it was like,
wow.
So everyone else seemed really cool. Ian was just in a really fucking bad mood that day, I think.
And additionally, the other time you met him.
And I have a fucking Newfound Glory tattoo. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
so,
I have that tattoo as well. The plot of the Beavis and Butthead Genesis video game is you have tickets to Guar, which get sucked into a lawnmower, and the parts of tickets get blown all over town. So you got to run around and collect the tickets, which, by the way, it is so hard to get there's the good ending and the great ending. The good ending, you just get back to the show, you see Guar. The great ending, you get backstage and end up on stage. Now, this is also fun because years later, I would have a very similar story when I was working at a pornography company, and me and disgraced 1970s porn star Ron Jeremy ended up backstage at a Guar concert. It is still one of my craziest fucking stories. He grossed out every fucking woman he met that night. This particular photo was taken 50 seconds after he groped two of my female coworkers. And now he's going to go to jail forever. So fuck Ron Jeremy. You ruined my cool Beavis and Butthead story.
Yeah, I never met Ron Jeremy. But I'm thankful.
When I dropped him off, he was in town for a porn convention. And when I dropped him off, he's like, you want to come upstairs and hang out? Me and Peter North are going to do blow. Like, that's okay. Thank you, Ron Jeremy. That's okay.
I remember back to Beavis and Butthead, the video game. So you start off, you got to go to Burger World first, and you got to go inside Burger World, and the passcode is Butthead. And when you go in, you pick up the front. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You pick up the dead rat by the dumpster, then go inside with the passcode as Butthead. You put the dead rat in the fryer with the fries, and you serve it to the customer, and that's where you get your first ticket.
That's right.
Then you got to go to the sewer. You got to go you got to go get the thing, go underground, get that part of the ticket. Then you go back to Burger World, eat the rotten burger. So you're sick. Then you go to the hospital, and you being sick gets you into the room with the nurse, and then that's where you get another ticket. But I've never beaten this game though. I got a lot of codes here, so I've probably gotten a few pieces of the ticket, but I've never beaten the game.
Punch in that old code and like try to beat it this weekend. It's a lot of fun.
I've played it recently. I just wanted to start from the beginning, and I just kept getting frustrated because I forgot how goddamn hard it actually is.
Yeah, it is hard. Dude, for Butthead's main attack, you have to turn around.
Yeah, so
Butthead attacks by farting, Beavis attacks by burping.
Yeah, you got to Beavis is the better one, but then you got to get other like the gun that you got to shoot.
That's
which
fun.
Also you duck when you shoot it and stuff. I don't know. That's one of my favorite games though. Like, I guess from memory wise, the couch fishing.
Yeah, couch fishing.
Playing with friends and stuff.
That was also one of those, God, that fucking annoying thing of the era of Nintendo and Genesis games where, like, in order to couch fish, you need to cast, and then you just need to, like, if you hook something, then you just need to quickly press A and B over and over and over, like back and forth to reel it in. Like
in Mortal Kombat, when you got to break the and the bonus levels, you're like,
test your might.
All
right, gonna jump ahead a little bit here from the video games and go to the comeback 2011 season. I really don't have anything to say about it. It was pretty funny. They bumped some stuff up. They referenced some Twilight stuff.
I genuinely loved it. I thought it was hilarious, and just the sketches in there, like Butthead, the Cornholio, like the cult bringing him all the toilet paper. That was funny. The the episode where they watch Twilight and they try to become vampires and they get the homeless man to bite them and they wind up in the hospital. Like it was funny. It was really funny. It was only what 11 episodes.
But it's also, we need to make
Well-
point out here that series creator Mike Judge was just killing it after Beavis and Butthead. His writing matured a lot. Went on to King of the Hill, then of course Office Space, Idiocracy, Silicon Valley. So by the time he comes back, he is a like much better creative force. He was already good, but the original series, you could let's call it unpolished.
Yeah, I agree. But even the first movie is phenomenal.
Well,
we didn't talk about that because
I wanted to knock out the run of the series, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Apparently their debut for the 2011 season was huge, did huge numbers, everybody got excited, and then they like plummeted overnight just because it was a nostalgia thing, as good as it might have been. But now we can talk about, I know what you want to talk about, and that would be the movies. Beavis and Butthead Do America. Again, I told you before, I got my first copy of that. It was a bootleg that I bought in the Italian market in Philadelphia. And it was the old-fashioned Seinfeld style movie bootlegs of somebody had brought a fucking camcorder. And it felt like I was watching Mystery Science Theater. You get the crowd laughs. I wish I could track that down because that is still the version of the movie for me.
That's how I first saw. Well, no, I saw Jurassic Park in theaters, but then the second time I saw it at home was a bootleg, same deal. So like I remember a lot of where the laughter was or where someone stood up like, from watching it from there. The movies, man, the first movie, well, there's only two and the second one is brand new, but the first one, that to me still is like the golden standard of TV show to movie adaptations. South Park is great too, but like even going back to looking at them now, I think the Beavis Butthead movie's better as an adaptation of the show, and I love the South Park movie. This is not. I love it. It's great. But I think Beavis and Butthead Do America is better.
You know what I think the difference is? South Park always had episodes where they like went big and did something crazy. I feel like all the best episodes of Beavis and Butthead are when they're unknowingly wandering into something big and it was appropriately blown up for Do America. Beavis and Butthead are best when they have like a Three Stooges style. Like the entire plot of that movie for Beavis and Butthead is they're want to get it. Well, they're going to get some and they want to get a new TV after theirs gets stolen.
But I love the plot of both movies basically center around the fact of a misunderstanding about someone wanting to have sex with them in both movies.
Yes.
It worked so well in both movies.
Yes, because Do America, the plot to Beavis and Butthead is we want to get a TV, we want to score. The actual plot is these two fucking gangsters played by Bruce Willis and Demi Moore get a hold of like a nerve toxin doomsday weapon that they're going to sell to the Chinese, and they sew into Beavis's pants and try to get him into Washington so they could fucking sell it. So it's this whole big, massive like spy thriller and crime film, and Beavis and Butthead are just like wandering in like
so the whole movie
completely unaware.
Ain't you the kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
Oh, dude. And even at the end where fucking like we have him surrounded, he's in Anderson's trailer and he comes out and fucking, don't forget your pants, you pervert. And he's holding it in his hand and ready to just like, everyone's like, oh my God, he can destroy the world. He's like, here you go. And that's the end. And fucking Anderson and his wife take the entire fall. Wait, by the way, is Mr. Anderson in Do the Universe at all?
No.
He's still he is rotting in a federal prison still. That Do America is still canon.
He's the only one that wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Because everyone else at least has an appearance. Like Van Driesen's in the very beginning. The principal and the coach are sitting in the... Maybe he is still in prison because of the events of that movie. Maybe that's why he's not in Do America. I mean, Do the Universe.
Crazy. So yeah, just great movie overall. They get to see Old Faithful. They go on a trip across the country. There's the incredible Rob Zombie animated sequence when Beavis eats peyote. Incredible.
Music video.
It's like a music video. Oh, we meet Beavis and Butthead's fathers.
Isn't Butthead's dad David Letterman?
You are correct.
Who is Beavis's dad?
I don't think it was anybody famous, but yeah, they look just like Beavis and Butthead. And the actual canon thing we get is they were Motley Crue roadies who had become drifters. And he even like, yeah, one time we stopped in this toilet called Highland. I scored. And Beavis like, I scored too. Like, no, I scored with both of them. But
we get to learn a little bit about Beavis's mother in Do the Universe.
Let's talk about Do the Universe. Do you have anything else to say about Do America?
Just that it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and definitely my favorite TV show to movie adaptation of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you haven't seen it but you are curious about it, I would definitely recommend checking it out, because I still think it holds up very much to this day. It's fantastic.
Hell yeah. So Do the Universe was similar, but a few little tweaks. The one thing, so Beavis and Butthead, through a series of misunderstandings, end up going to space camp. This is the one real difference with Do America, is that in Do the Universe, other people mistake them for intelligent. Whereas in the original, in Do America, their only purpose is that they're idiots. Whereas this one, people are confused about their motives. They pantomime jerking off with a robot arm, which leads people to think they're very interested. Basically, they end up, it also takes place in the 90s, end up in a black hole into the common day. And they encounter smartphones and white privilege. Joey, what you got to say about Do the Universe?
I thought it was great, and like I said, the first movie is one of my favorites of all time. So like I had a high expectations for this. It's definitely not better than Do America, but I think it's like up there, man. Like I laughed a lot. Hell, I even made my mom watch it. And my mom, she didn't shut it off. And at the end, she was like, that was brilliant. I was like, really? You thought that was funny? She was like, yeah, it's dumb, but like it works so well. So that's his review of the movie. Like my mom's 72 and legally blind, but she very much enjoyed the new Butthead movie.
No, I thought it was great. I love the misunderstandings. I love, again, Beavis and Butthead going to college and finding out like, oh, you have white privilege.
That was the funniest scene for me. It's okay. You didn't know. We didn't know either.
They immediately go to the cafeteria. They have taken the notion of white privilege as like, oh, not as opposed to you can do whatever you want to like, oh, cool. We can do whatever we want. Cutting in line like, hey, sorry, it's that white privilege. I didn't know I had it either. Which
I didn't know.
If you have white privilege and you don't use it, isn't that like the real crime? Come on. There is
it's not the real crime, but
I know Joey has to shoot down every wacky edgy thing I say, but it's okay.
I just don't want people to think you're serious.
I'm not serious. People are fucking stupid.
That's why I'm making sure to say you're not serious. Like this is why I'm like,
ooh, completely unrelated, but I forgot we have this down here. Joey, if you want to see on the camera, our little Funko Pop guy we have hanging out under my desk, little Mark Hoppus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Perry had him. Weirdly enough, I think his shirt is an octopus. I don't know if he's known for an octopus shirt.
That's like his brand.
Oh, okay, cool.
On its base and stuff.
Yeah. I love the addition of the alternate universe genius Beavis and Buttheads.
So smart Beavis, jocular, very jocular, droll.
Yes, droll.
They were great.
Oh, dude, I love their whole thing is like, you need to get through this portal now or it'll never be the same. And then some random guy goes through it and it closes, and they're immediately like,
spoilers, because that's like the
spoilers.
There's spoilers.
But dude, I laughed so hard at just like, oh, I guess we were wrong. We could have literally thrown an empty can in there. And then acknowledging like, while we are much more intelligent than you, we are still the dumbest of our universe.
We are not very bright.
Beavis shoots his shot, and is going to tell the astronaut that he's been in love with, that he really wants to score, only for alternate universe genius Beavis to do it instead and actually be the first Beavis in any known reality to score. Dude, that fucking end with the Star Wars ending, basically.
Star Wars ending. Spoilers again for the. We already spoiled it, but
we end up at a. Well, all right. See, this I don't watch modern superhero movies, but this is pulling a lot from like the Doctor Strange multiverse, right?
More like Spider-Man. I mean, they literally reference Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. He says, "Did you see the animated Spider-Man movie by chance?" And they're like, "No."
Oh yeah, that's right. They did that to.
I would have made it a lot easier to explain.
Yeah, but at the end we have a ceremony with all the Beavis and Buttheads from across time and space, where they are giving a medal to the genius Beavis, to being the first Beavis anywhere to score, and Butthead gets his own backup one medal that says "I watched."
This is I watched. There's a bug crawling over here and it's creeping me out. Oh god.
So yeah, aren't they supposed to come back with a new series?
Oh yeah. There's a series. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be on Paramount Plus. It was supposed to be Comedy Central. I don't know if that's still, but it's supposed to be later this summer.
Yeah,
and apparently they are middle aged as well as kids. So I don't know if they're doing like this is what they would be like if they were adults in one episode, and then
see,
like...
I don't. That would be cool. I don't know how that would work, but I do love that they're teasing for the reboot of King of the Hill. They're teasing that everybody's going to be aged up 20 years, which would be great. Yes, I want a 50-something Hank Hill talking about white privilege and Bobby to be like a little woke dude.
Are they doing that? I didn't know. My dog just snored really loud.
It's been rumored, and Mike Judge has said that they'd like to go that route. It hasn't been confirmed yet. This is the annoying thing with animation, when they announce, like, guess what? We're bringing Daria back and we're doing this and that. And then you have to wait 3 fucking years. Like, I can't wait for Clone High to come back, but there's been like no news on it since the announcement.
It's like when they announced Animaniacs, it was like 2 years before it finally came back on Hulu.
Exactly. So I think we pretty much touched on everything. I just have one final question for you, Joey.
Yes.
Are you a Beavis or a Butthead?
I was thinking about this the other day, and I think I'm more of a Beavis, because Butthead, if you look at the two of them, Beavis is definitely the smarter of the two.
Mm-hmm.
He's just because Butthead just puts him down, but Beavis is the one that's always like waxing philosophical, and even in the new movie, like he's the one like, I don't understand it. He's always putting me down, and whereas Butthead has never expressed any emotions whatsoever any time, I don't think.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, you see in the Christmas episode where it shows what it was like if Butthead had never been born, and Beavis is like a caring guy, like working with the homeless and shit like that. I would peg you more as a Beavis. You're kind of happy-go-lucky. You just want people to like you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Butthead seems more of the two. He's definitely like the asshole. I like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I'm honest with myself, I think I'm probably more of a Butthead.
Yeah, I agree. He's the one that's always like, that's stupid. Because Beavis will be like, oh, it's cool, until Butthead says it's stupid. And he's like, oh, you're right. Hey, it's stupid. Because he doesn't want.
Yeah. On the latest Beavis and Butthead convinces Beavis to make a TikTok of Bunkenflouse, and his penis gets torn in two.
Or like when they burn their eyes out looking at the sun.
Oh God, yeah. Fuck, this makes me want to go back and watch it again.
I've seen it 3 times. I mean, legitimately, I loved it. So like, nice. I was so happy with it. I'm very excited for the new show. I'm excited for the new show. Nice. And yeah. I think it'll be fun.
Agreed. All right, guys, check out Beavis and Butthead. Shit, we didn't do plugs. I have a show coming up a week from. I don't know. It's July. What the fuck's the date? July 16th. I will be at New Ridge Brewing. July 26th. I will be at Philly's Funniest. That is a Helium Comedy Club, Sansom Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Come down, mention Jesse Draham when you buy your tickets, and you'll get them for $5. Joey, what you got to promote?
I'll be at the Mahoning Drive-In Theater Sunday, the 17th of July, for Trauma Dance. My short claymation that I made with Zach Madsen called "Smile" is screening there.
Nice. You know, Mahoning has a podcast. I don't think they update it frequently, but I don't know if we're hey.
I listen to them sometimes.
It might not be millennial nostalgia, but like the drive-in is pretty nostalgic. Maybe we should try to get those guys on here sometime and chit chat with them what it's like to be running an anachronism successfully way after its peak.
Yeah, I could talk to Virgil. I'll mention it to him.
Oh, this is why I wanted you on this show. This is why I wanted you on this show, Jesse. You got Joey.
You're Jesse.
I don't know. What?
You're Jesse.
Oh,
am I Jesse?
I thought I was Butthead.
What the fuck?
All right, buddy. That's today's episode. See you later, guys.
Bye, everybody.
We need a catchphrase. We need a catchphrase everybody. To sign off.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Bye.
That's,
bye. Bye.
Bye.